You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle shift in your spirit, like something sacred has been set in motion, without your permission, without explanation. The kind of feeling that doesn't demand logic. It simply arrives. And somewhere inside, he didn't just see your face. He saw your soul. The angels say this is no ordinary connection. It wasn't meant to be easy. It was meant to be divine. Before he even knew what he was searching for, he found it in you. Not because you tried, but because you existed. There was something ancient in your presence, something familiar in your silence. His heart recognized what his mind still resists, that you were sent. Sent not to complete him, but to awaken him. And so you did. Quietly. Beautifully. Without needing to prove anything. Your way of seeing the world, raw, resilient, radiant, disarmed the part of him that has lived guarded for so long. And now that armor he wore so proudly is starting to rust under the weight of something he never expected. Reverence. The angels say he is afraid of you, not because you've done anything wrong, but because you make him feel everything he spent years trying to avoid. You stir the parts he buried. You reflect the man he wants to be, but still fears he is not. And so he retreats. Not from you, but from the reflection he sees in your eyes, one that makes him question everything he thought he knew about love, about worthiness, about truth. Your soul is not here by accident. You were placed on his path to hold up a mirror he couldn't ignore. A mirror that says, this is who you really are. This is what love can become. And even now, as he battles his own shadows, something inside him knows that nothing about this is coincidence. The angels whisper, you are the sacred interruption he didn't know he needed. You entered his story like a divine breath, and in doing so, everything began to rearrange. Not just around him, but within him. This isn't just about romance. It's about remembrance. He remembers the version of himself that once believed in magic. He recalls what it felt like to be truly seen. And in that remembering, he is reborn, slowly, painfully, beautifully. You were the call. His soul is the answer. And heaven is the space between. And now, dear one, stand still in this truth. You were sent by design. For his awakening. And for yours. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. There's something he doesn't say. Not because he doesn't want to, but because he doesn't know how. And so the silence becomes his shelter. His distance, a defense. The angels say, he's not closed off from love. He's just not sure he deserves it. What you're feeling, the push and pull, the hot and cold, the moments he almost lets you in and then disappears again, it's not rejection. It's residue. Leftover fear from wounds that were never spoken, only swallowed. He has known love, yes. But not the kind that heals. Not the kind that sees him in his wholeness and doesn't flinch. You do. That's what scares him. Because when you carry a heart that has been broken in silence, a love that sees you can feel like a threat. A mirror too clear. A truth too loud. There are stories etched in his body. Stories of abandonment, of needing to be strong when he was falling apart. And though he walks through the world with confidence, underneath, there is a child who never felt safe to cry. You didn't cause these walls. But you made them visible. And now, he stands between the desire to hold you close and the instinct to protect the pieces of himself he hasn't learned to love. The angels say, be still. Your light is already doing the work. Because in the presence of real love, even the hardest hearts begin to soften. It's not your job to heal him. That's his journey. But your soul, your unwavering, honest, gentle soul, is already the invitation he's been waiting for, long before he ever met you. Every time you love him without demand, without agenda, you whisper to his spirit, you are safe here. And though he might not say it yet, his soul already knows. This is the kind of love that doesn't knock walls down. It waits at the door, until he's ready to come home. You've been holding so much. His silence. His confusion. His longing wrapped in hesitation. But what about you? The angels lean close now, their voices soft but clear. You cannot carry someone else's storm and forget to shelter your own heart. He is learning to love, yes. But you are learning to remember that your love is not something to be proven or performed. It is already enough. There is a quiet exhaustion in your soul. One that doesn't speak in words, but in sighs. In the way you sometimes stare off, wondering if you're asking too much or giving too much. And they say this to you, dear one, you do not have to dim your light just because someone else is not ready to face the sun. You were not made to shrink. You were made to shine, even in waiting. Caring for your heart does not mean walking away. It means anchoring back into yourself. It means choosing rituals that make you feel alive again. The music that moves your body, the tea that warms your bones, the prayer that softens your mind. Let your care for him begin first in how you care for you. Because the kind of love you're holding space for is sacred. And sacred things are not hurried. They are honored. He may not say it out loud, but your strength gives him courage. Your steadiness gives him hope. And your ability to nurture yourself, even while he's in process, teaches him what real love looks like. You are not here to rescue him. You are here to remind yourself in the waiting. To choose yourself, not as a threat to love, but as a beacon for it. The angels whisper, you do not have to fall apart to prove you are devoted. Rest. Restore. Reclaim your breath. Because real love does not require you to disappear to be worthy of being kept. There is something sacred in the way you disrupt his peace. Not out of chaos, but out of clarity. You reveal to him what he has buried. And suddenly, he can't look away. The angels speak with tenderness now, as if not to startle the truth rising from the shadows. You are the mirror he never expected, the one that reflects both his beauty and his brokenness. When he looks at you, he doesn't just see love. He sees everything he's been avoiding. Your calm stirs his restlessness. Your truth cracks the walls he thought would protect him. And yet, he stays close. Even from a distance. Even in denial. Because his soul knows what his mind is still trying to understand, you are not here to judge him. You are here to awaken him. He wonders how you love without fear, how you remain open after all you've been through. He sees it, the resilience in your smile, the gentleness in your strength. And it compels him to ask questions he never dared to before. What have I been running from? Why does she see me when I can't see myself? You did not come to fix him. You came to remind him of what he is capable of becoming. And yes, it's uncomfortable. He may blame you. He may pull away. But underneath it all, he is watching, listening, learning. The angels say, do not dim your light for the comfort of someone still hiding from theirs. Your presence is not the threat, it is the invitation. To rise. To be whole. To be seen without the need for performance. He may resist what he sees in you because it feels too pure, too genuine. But it is exactly that light, your light, that will guide him home to himself. Keep shining. Keep being. You were never meant to be easy to look at. You were meant to be unforgettable. It started in silence. A glance. A memory he didn't ask for. A moment that replayed without warning. That's how awakening begins. The angels say, his soul is stirring. And you are the echo waking it. He can't explain it. Why your name softens his breath. Why his chest tightens in your absence. Why your voice lingers even when he tries to move on. This isn't coincidence. This is consciousness finding its way to the surface. He was asleep, not in life, but in love. Numb from stories that taught him love was fragile, dangerous, conditional. And then, you arrived. You didn't shout. You didn't chase. You just were. And somehow in your being, his spirit began to thaw. Now, without even meaning to, he's noticing everything. The warmth of your presence in his memory. The ache when he hears your favorite song. The tenderness in the places where he used to feel nothing at all. And while he may try to rationalize it, call it timing or tension or even temptation, his heart knows better. This isn't about logic. It's about longing. Something ancient is being remembered. He is not just drawn to you. He's becoming more himself because of you. The angels whisper, "This is not a crush. This is a call." A call to rise into love. A call to heal what was abandoned. A call to trust what he doesn't yet understand. He may fumble. He may hesitate. But deep within, the flame is lit. And it cannot be unlit. The process may be slow, but the shift is real. He is awakening. And you, in all your quiet power, are the light leading him out of the dark. You feel it, don't you? The return. Then the retreat. The nearness. Then the silence. It's not your imagination. It's a pattern. And the angels say, this is not rejection. It's resistance. He steps forward, heart trembling with recognition, only to step back the moment he feels how much it matters. Because this, you, are not casual. You're not something he can control or contain. And that terrifies him more than he admits. The love he's experienced before was simpler, safer, less demanding of his soul. But you are different. You call him into truth, into courage, into love that doesn't leave room for the lies he used to hide behind. And so, the cycle begins. He pulls away, not because he's lost interest, but because he's overwhelmed. Every time he gets close to you, a door opens inside of him, one he's not sure he's ready to walk through. But make no mistake, every return is proof that the connection between you still holds. The angels say, there is a sacred rhythm here, not meant to frustrate you, but to prepare him. Each cycle brings him closer to surrender, closer to clarity, closer to you. This is the dance of the heart waking up from sleep, slow, unsure, but inevitable. Let his pauses be pauses, not endings. Let his distance be his fear, not your fault. You are not in a loop of pain. You are in a spiral of unfolding. Yes, it can feel maddening. You long for stability, for his full presence. But what's happening here is deeper than behavior. It's transformation. And transformation is never linear. So breathe. He is still coming toward you, just not in a straight line. He doesn't know how you do it. How you still hold space. How you love without asking for more than he's able to give. How your presence feels like home, even on days he feels like a stranger to himself. The angels lean in, their voices like a balm. Your love is medicine. Not loud. Not forceful. But deeply healing. He wouldn't call it that, not yet. But his body feels it. In the way his shoulders soften when you speak. In the way his thoughts quiet in your silence. In the way his chest aches with something unfamiliar when you smile. He is used to love being sharp, conditional, earned. But you offer something different. You offer presence. Not performance. Not perfection. Just presence. And even though he might not say it, your love is rewriting something within him. It's reshaping what he believed love was supposed to be. The softness you bring is not weakness. It's restoration. The patience you embody is not passivity. It's power. And the quiet way you believe in him, even when he stumbles, is planting seeds of worth in places that have long been neglected. He may not yet know how to thank you. He might still flinch when you come close. But slowly, he is starting to allow himself to receive. He is beginning to grasp that love doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes, it arrives like rain. Gentle. Steady. Life-giving. The angels say, you are not fixing him. You are loving him back to life. Let that be enough. Let your love speak without needing to be acknowledged. Let your softness do what time and talking never could, reach the parts of him that are too fragile for words. This is sacred work. And you're doing it simply by being. There is a stillness between moments, a pause that holds more power than any answer. And in that stillness, the angels speak. This is not chance. This is choreography. What you've called confusion, the heavens call design. Every step, every delay, every unspoken word, all of it has been gently laid on a path your soul agreed to long before time carried your name. He may not understand the pull he feels toward you, but it's not for him to understand. It's for him to follow. Because this is bigger than timing. This is divine alignment. There is no urgency in heaven, only preparation. And while your heart aches for clarity, the angels are asking you to rest in trust, not the kind born of logic, but the kind that blossoms from surrender. They show him walking toward you, even in his silence. They show your names written on the same page of a story much older than this life. He doesn't need to be ready right now, because the love that is meant to be will not miss its moment. And neither will you. You are not waiting for a man. You are creating space for a plan. A sacred, slow, holy unfolding that cannot be rushed without being ruined. The ache you feel? It's the soul's memory of what's already been promised. The angels say, he is coming. But more importantly, so are you. You are coming into deeper trust, deeper self, deeper peace. And this love, this real, true God-breathed love, will not ask you to leave yourself to meet him. It will meet you where your faith stands firm. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 5. He carries it in his chest like a storm. The love, the fear, the ache of wanting you without knowing how to hold you. The angels whisper, he was taught to hide. But your love teaches him to feel. You see the flickers. The almosts. The way he looks at you when he thinks you're not watching. There is tenderness in his gaze, but terror in his hands. He wants to reach. He wants to open. But something in him still trembles, not because you're too much, but because you are everything. You see, dear soul, vulnerability was never safe for him. It meant exposure, weakness, loss. But with you, it feels different. Sacred. Still terrifying, but somehow possible. And so he hovers at the edge, wanting to speak, but fearing he won't be heard. Wanting to stay, but fearing you'll leave. Wanting to surrender, but fearing he'll lose himself in the process. The angels say, he doesn't know how to say it, but his soul is already kneeling before you. Not in defeat, but in reverence. Because in you, he sees something holy. A mirror that reflects not just who he is, but who he could become. But to step into that light, it would mean shedding the armor he's worn for decades. It would mean saying, I'm scared, but I still choose you. And that is the hardest truth he's ever tried to speak. So he waits. Not because he doesn't love you, but because he's learning how to love without losing himself in the process. You do not have to fix this. You simply need to remain what you've always been, the comforting place he'll return to when he finally feels safe enough to lay his heart bare. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18. There comes a moment when the heart stops asking when and starts to trust what is. Not because it's given up, but because it has matured. The angels lean in now, quiet and certain. This love was never meant to be pursued. It was meant to be recognized. You've seen him. Beyond the confusion. Beyond the delays. Beyond the fear. You recognized his soul before he could name it. And in doing so, you sparked something that cannot be undone. But now, your soul is being asked to rest. Not in the absence of love, but in the presence of surrender. Acceptance is not the same as settling. It is sovereignty. It's stating, I choose to live in the truth of what I feel, without needing to control what happens next. Because the kind of love you hold is not fragile. It doesn't need to be claimed to be real. It simply exists. He may come. He may take time. He may stumble on his way back to you. But the work you both came here to do together, the soul work, it has already begun. And that makes this love eternal, even if the form it takes is still unfolding. The angels say, "You have done your part. And now, let heaven do hers." You do not need to know how it ends to honor how it began. Love does not fail when it pauses. It only fails when we forget why it found us. So breathe, beloved. You are not waiting. You are living. In light. In truth. In the quiet power of knowing that you are already whole. What is meant to be will meet you. And when it does, it will not ask you to shrink, chase, or question your worth. It will arrive steady, sacred, and sure, just like you. Let go. Not because it's over, but because it's already yours.